Hola, mi familia y mis amigos. Feliz el Cinco de Mayo. Hello, family, friends, and survivors. This is Roy from Bootsy Sweetheart's Guide to Life and Other Disappointing Experiences with a Mexican Craft. It's easy, it's fun, and it's meaningful. Stay with me and see what I make for the El Cinco de Mayo. Well, that was fun, and as I was saying, it's that time of the year again where we celebrate holidays all across the world for the spring. But there's a holiday that comes up in Mexico called Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, and it has to do with the French invasion of Mexico and the very small, poorly equipped army of the Mexican people defeating the French, avoiding a takeover over an enormous debt owed to France. And it's an interesting read, and if you are interested, I would look it up. But so, in Bootsy fashion, I've chosen a piece of art, folk art, to commemorate Cinco de Mayo, even though it has nothing to do with Cinco de Mayo. It's just happened to connect in my head. I'm going to be showing you, and you probably have seen them, but just a refresher, Ojo de Dios, the Eye of God. And the Eye of God is a piece of folk art designed by two crossed pieces of, and originally branches of trees. The four corners have been said to mean the four elements of wind, fire, earth, and air. Of course, you can see the shape. It was easy for Christians to adopt this, but the original intent was the Eye of God, the center piece of coloring, a colored thread, and the Eye of God, the Eye of the Creator, watching over you. It also could stand for, as in history, the ability to see unseen things, sort of like a prediction. It's really become now a generalized talisman of sorts, created by, or at least it was discovered amongst the Huichol peoples of Mexico. So how do we make this piece of art? Well, first, we need some sticks. Of course, in the original Ojo de Dios, they were made with branches of trees. I have here some branches from our redbud tree. I have some hydrangea twigs, and I have some grapevine cut up. And I also have a good replacement, a popsicle stick. Now, originally, of course, and for me, before the invention of the wonderful thing called a glue gun, you tied them together. And you can see that while you're beginning, the pieces move fairly easily, but you end up with the same thing. And the idea is to get a coverage in the middle, so that becomes the focal point, the eye. So you would take two pieces of branch. On these two, I cut a little bit of a wedge out of each. And then what you would do is hold it as tightly as you could, take some yarn, some kind of thread, and just keep making an X in the middle. Hold them together. Of course, you can start with a knot, and you keep going until you get a filled-in pattern like this. But the easiest way to learn and start is to use ice popsicle sticks and glue, hot glue. By the way, chopsticks make a very, very nice Ojo de Dios. We happen to have a nice Chinese restaurant that has a little bit more elegant chopsticks, but they work really, really well. So the first thing you want to do is secure the yarn. This cross is a little crooked. Well, pretend it's branches and Mother Nature is diverse. So you can tie a knot, but I found it's not as important to tie a knot because now it's already, I just overlapped it, and that's going to secure it. And we want to fill the inside as best we can with yarn. So first, however you can do it, I'm going over and under. That you're going to hear over and under a lot. Over and under. So now I have the area marked out that I'd like to fill in. So I'm going over and under and around. Then I'll go over and under and around. Then I'll go, here we are, over that, under and around. Keep doing that till you get the inside filled in. Really easy. Now, when you get to this point, you can tie a knot if you want. I'm just going to do a little slip knot here. But better still, make life easy. Use the glue gun. Put a little dab of glue there. Hold that down for a second. This is the back. Oops. This is the back. The knot will make the back look a little neater because the hot glue will show through. But you can make these for Christmas tree ornaments. They have so many applications. At least I think so. So once you get there now, you get the feeling that this is going to be the focal point. And you can play. I didn't do so much of a good job here, but you can play to get the threads. Hot glue. It's stuck. Oh, let me do what I was supposed to do. Cut. Here we go. Look at that. How much better is this? But get the threads to have a nice pattern. You'll see it doesn't always match. So what I'm doing now is I have found these silicone finger guards, and they were originally designed to make it easy to use the seam binding methods where you need to hold the finger near the iron, but I found that it works so well here. So you start from the middle in the back. So I'm going to put a dab of glue. Doesn't need much. Now with these little fingertips I can actually press that. Can you imagine without pressing it, without protection, how hot that would be? So we're going to go over the center, under one of the crossbars, over the center, under crossbar, over the center, under the crossbar, over the center, over the center, and now I'm going in the same direction. In this case, I'm rotating this clockwise. And now you see the eye is appearing. You get stuck, remember if I'm over, I have to go under that bar. Over, under, over. Move this over here aside. Over, under, over, under. Clockwise I'm going. You can go counterclockwise, however you get it started. You want to just make sure that it's forming a triangle, a diamond shape, or square if you hold it that way. Over, under, over, under. Now at this point you want to, don't pull this too tightly. You want to make sure that the yarn threads, the strands, line up next to each other, not over each other. Under, over, under, over. Now at this point I want to change color. You can just attach another color and tie a knot. But I'm going to, since I have the glue gun, I'm going to simply go to the back, put a little bit of hot glue, glue the yarn to the back, that end, and cut. And untangle the yarn from the glue gun. Oh my goodness. All right. One of the things of Ojo de Dios is the bright colors, the vibrant colors. And if I can find the end, maybe not. Oh, here's an end. I just happened to pick these up. And very, very pale kind of green. Now, again, if you were making this without the glue gun, you tie a knot. Tie this in a knot here. You can use a slip knot, any kind of knot that you want, or you can attach the two yarns together. But I'm going to continue on the same pattern. I'm going to put a dab of hot glue, and I'm going to glue down this beautiful green yarn. It's a beautiful color. Let it set. I'm cutting this off now so it doesn't bother me. Okay, bring it around to the front. So we're coming from under. Now we're going over, under, turn it clockwise, over, under. Oops, it's a little loose. We'll fix that. Over, under, over. Look at how beautiful this is coming out already. Now I'm pulling this a little too tightly, and I don't want to distort the yarn. Now there you have a very, very simple Ojo de Dios. Now, originally, of course, these would be branches sticking out, like this one. This one I made actually out of twigs and kept it very, very simple. It's kind of three-dimensional because on this one there's a layer on top and there's a layer that's underneath, sort of turned it over and then wrapped. And I kept it as simple, as rustic, as folklorish as I could, folk artish as I could. And this one is one of my favorites. Very, very simple. Simple is better. And you can decorate right to the end. Now here's one that I made and added tassels to. And I went right to the end with the yarn. Let me just finish this up. And it has a beautiful effect this way. Cut that off. With the glue gun, it's very, very forgiving. Then I made some tassels. And I went right, just glued it right on. Little glue. Don't want to get the yarn caught up in it. Glue this down. And then it's just attach it with more, a little tiny, less is more here. Little tiny dab of hot glue. Hot glue and yarn are a great pair. They're very strong together. At least that's been my experience. And just trim it all up. There we go. Oops, got to get it all. Give it its haircut. And this one is so pretty. I can put it in the camera way. You might want to finish this up here to get to the cover the ice cream stick. I like this one's very, very pretty. Then what else? This is another one. Variegated thread yarns make wonderful ojos because they automatically change color. So the eye is very, very easily created. This one I'm not done with yet, but I think it's, let me get this out of the way so it's easier to see. This one is really beautiful. I used to have a green thumb. Now I have a blue thumb. This is so pretty. And I'll make tassels for this. I'll use the variegated yarn. And you know, this is a different brand, but this regular, this is thinner. This makes nice ojos. You want to keep the yarn in proportion if you can. Then you can put beads on the end. You can decorate the ends any way you wish. A lot of people like to hang the tassels rather than attach them, so you get something that looks like, sort of like this. Still, these are all works in progress, and if you know my channel, if you're a long time subscriber, you'll know that I'm a procrastinator. So these will get done. But no, they will, because these are going into the church holiday fair in November. But see how pretty that is? I'm trying to do it up here. And then you add another one to the bottom. And the hanger, see, this will look like this. And the hanger is simply a loop of yarn. That's all you do. This one I left it open yet because I wanted to show you. It's just simply a loop. Then I'll go back and wind some more of this beautiful turquoise yarn around. And let's see what else I have here. Oh, here's what happens with, this is what I wanted to show. One guy got away. Here's what happens. I would not have started with this section of yarn. I would have cut the yarn and started here. But you can see what happens. I am not changing colors, the yarn, and let the yarn do the work for me. And then you get a beautiful result. Look at how easy this is shaping up to be. Colorful. Very pretty. You can do that. Here's a tiny one that I made. I love these two. I'm going to use the branches more than the popsicle sticks. Beautiful. I love this. This is made with embroidery floss, regular 6-strand embroidery floss, not the handcraft, the craft thread. That doesn't separate. This separates. I'm getting a little more dramatic. Oops, I have this pretty one. I know someone who might be interested in this. We'll see. Love it, love it, love it. And with the pink, the vibrant pink, you can see the eye in the center. And of course the trend is to make them really pieces of artwork. So you can add sticks to it. This one I made with 4 popsicle sticks. Sorry, I was looking for something. I didn't put the eye in. I wanted to try this on camera. So you can tell me if you like it or not. I have these, these stickum crystals you get at Michael's. I thought maybe I would make it dramatic because Bootsy's dramatic. And I'm putting that, using that as the eye. And I get, ooh. Originally, I thought this was a silly idea. I have just changed my mind. This one's pretty. I like it a lot. Ojo de Dios, the eye of God, God's eye, God's watching over you. What's you didn't see that though. This was one of those crystals came off and somehow jumped into my mustache. If someone is down, not feeling well, or you want to send a very special hello, imagine just a little note and something like this in an envelope. Make a really flat one so it goes through the mail easy, or package it. We're always watching over each other. Just a beautiful concept. So happy Cinco de Mayo. Make yourself some Ojo de Dios. Give them out as gifts. I am certain the receiving party will be so thankful and grateful. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you stuck out this video, which was rushly pushed together, because Cinco de Mayo came up faster than I thought. Please, if you like this sort of thing, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Please give thumbs up. Please share with other crafters who might enjoy something my style. I have no idea what style it is. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay smart, and bye for now.